continuing the odyssey of getting the doors fitted. Part of getting all the panels ready to go so I can do body work on them, body work the body, and get this thing ready for paint. So far, this is what we've got. These doors are cut larger than they need to be. Now what you have to do is you have to come in here and you have to trim them and sand them until your gaps get into place where they need to be. This one is getting closer. It's actually opening and shutting now. I've got some more trimming to do over here. Even this up, of course, we'll sand it and everything. What I'm doing is I'm cutting with the Dremel and then I'm coming back and finishing with the sand. I've also got the door section of the doorknob, the door latch rather, connected here. We'll be doing this in addition to that. The driver's door right here, I've got it marked where it needs to be trimmed all the way around. Was doing this earlier today and my Dremel battery died, but we should be charged and good to go. So let's get back to work. Remember, when you're generating dust, always safety first. Compare this what it was before. Quite a bit has been trimmed off along the edges, along my scribe line. Let's test fit it now and see how much closer it was, because it was completely overlapping when I did the initial fit.
the next day.
Okay, this door is just about there. The gap still needs some work. Got a little bit of an outlier here where I'm going to have to do some adjustments on the battery, sand this down. I'm going to have to use some kitty hair to build this up to where it's a little more even. But overall, that's about as good as I'm going to get it to fit. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to sand a little bit more off of this to make the gaps better, bevel that out a little bit, sand that down, and go ahead and we can get started on that. I'm also going to hook up the door hinge, which is right there. Got to come off of here with two brackets, mount the door hinge here so it will shut nice and tight. But as you can see, it closes good now, no interference. Now it's just a matter of cleanup, getting the gaps right, building up and body working it. Was the side I thought was going to fit a little bit better, but it's been fighting me a lot more. I've still got some work to do on it, but it is close. Close here, it's opening good. My gaps are a little bit tight here, and it needs to come up a little bit, but I've only got so much room I can work with, and it's sticking out a little bit down here, which I can make up for that with an adjustment on the body. And see, what I can do there is I can come in here with some spacers on my body mount right here to space this out a little bit and bring this out. Got a little bit of a ridge here, but if I pull out on the body and space that out good, it takes it up and it's good to go. I'm going to try to raise the back of this just a little bit more, see what we can do. Now with that little bit of adjustment you saw there, with this foot being closed, that gap is taken up. I've got a little bit too much of a gap here, but I think I can bring that out just a little bit with an adjustment on the body as well. kitty hair right here at the top and along the bottom here. Set my gaps. I've got a little bit of a rub here, so I've got to come in here and sand this down just a little bit to get it to fit a little bit. Other than that, that is much closer. I've got a little bit of an interference issue with the door hinges closing. You can see it's wanting to kick out a little bit, but it will stay shut. I think with an adjustment on the door hinge, I can do that and get that taken care of. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark my place as far as where the adjustment is. I'm going to pull this off so I can grind a little bit of this off to get this clearance done a little bit better. All the way down here needs to be adjusted and the gap adjusted just a little bit. Other than that, the gaps on this door are really good. So I'm going to come in here, right here, if I can get it on my camera. There we go. Right here is where the rub is. You can see where it's rubbing off the primer. It's got a little bit of here where I can sand that down, get that to fit, build this up right here, but I'm going to take a little bit off here along the lines of where this etching mark is and see if I can get that taken care of. Okay, what you'll see here is I've got good gaps here now. Of course, it's still roughed in. I have to smooth it out. The only area of tightness now that I've got is right here, just a little bit closed in. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to sand this down just a little bit and see if I can get that a little bit closer. Up here, you can see the little bit of a drop off there. There's nothing I can do about that. It has to do with the way that the fiberglass was molded. versus the body shape, so I'm going to have to come in here and I'm going to have to fill that in and dress that up to where it'll look nice and neat. That is in the body work phase, not in the fitting phase. So I'm going to come in here now, sand this down, see if I can get this gap a little bit better.
Okay, after more fitment here, my gaps are a lot better now all the way around. You saw me using the paint stick to come up with a little bit of a gap there. Still got some adjustment I can do here. Take that in a little bit. This right here is going to take a lot of buildup, which I can do. It's just going to be body work. It's a little bit unfortunate, but it's part of the design and the way these come out of the mold. But once I get the actual door hung and the doorknob, or the door latch rather, connected, it should hold it in place very nicely. One thing I've taken from this is the value of patience. You have to take the door on and off multiple times, sand, mark, and do it in increments instead of getting carried away and trying to do all of the gaps all at once. I've still got a little bit of work and tweaking to do on the gaps to get them absolutely where I want them to be. They're a whole lot closer now. The doors are actually fitting, they're opening, they're shutting, they're not hitting the body. And I've got some adjustments in the body mounting that I can do as well that will allow me to get that much closer. Then I will come in and do the filler work get all the contours nice and set, get all that taken care of, dress it, sand it down. Then I start the real hard part, which is the trunk and the hood. Those are way off. They're going to take a lot of work. That's going to do it for this video. Be sure and hit like and subscribe. Much more coming on this. Stay tuned.